This is Pastor Arik, and you're listening to The Clergy Corner. Welcome to episode 297 of the special podcast about life and faith. I'm your host, Eric Borstead, the pastor of Ankeny United Church in Ankeny, Iowa. And it is my hope that this will be a time of reflection, healing, and wholeness for you. Today, as we find ourselves beginning December, as we find ourselves in a snowy time here in Iowa, as we journey bravely into the winter season, I want to take some time to talk about how this season, often considered harsh and unforgiving, can hold profound lessons about self-care and inward reflection. Winter's shorter days and colder nights often challenge us, but they often also invite us to take a moment to pause, reflect, and nurture our inner selves. Especially in times when we are so anxious and worried about the uncertainty of the future, this is the time and the season to draw inward and to brace ourselves for the darkening days. So let's start off with the obvious, right? Winter can be tough. The days are short, the light is dim, and the cold pushes us indoors. And these external conditions can feel like a metaphor for the struggles we sometimes face in our lives. Seasonal affective disorder is a very real thing, and the more that we are engulfed by darkness, quite literally, it becomes easier for us to become consumed by darkness. And those long nights of winter can mirror moments of uncertainty, doubt, and sadness. Just like the earth rests in winter, we may find ourselves needing to slow down, retreat, and recalibrate. But let's not forget, this is a season. This is not a permanent state. Winter reminds us that growth often begins in those quiet and unseen places. Even now, spring's seeds are being buried and nurtured below ground, waiting for their chance to crack and spring up and thrive at the changing of the season. And I get it, right? In our fast-paced world, it is easy for us to feel guilty about slowing down. Especially this time of year when we're buzzing about the holidays and looking ahead to all that needs to be done and accomplished before the end of the year. But even nature shows us that slowing down is necessary. Trees shed their leaves and conserve their energy. Animals hibernate. Even the earth itself takes a break from producing. So why should we be any different? Why hold ourselves to an unrealistic and impossible standard? In this way, winter offers us a gift, the opportunity to prioritize rest. Rest isn't laziness, it's a spiritual practice. It is a way of telling ourselves that I matter enough to slow down. So I want you to ask yourself, how can you carve out time for true rest in the midst of this season? What activities, what thoughts or responsibilities can you put on pause to give yourself space to just breathe? Winter, by its very nature, is a time of deep reflection. The darkness outside can encourage us to explore ourselves, what dwells within us, that inner light that shines. Just as the sun dips below the horizon earlier and earlier with each passing day, we too can turn inward and use the opportunity to illuminate what's most important in our lives. It is a time of self-reflection as we look at what has happened over the past year, of all that has taken place, and we prepare ourselves for the sort of year we want to have next. It's the perfect time, the perfect season to ask ourselves some important questions, right? Ask yourself, what are you carrying that no longer serves you? And what sort of intention do you want to plant now to nurture through the rest of winter and beyond, especially at the turning of the year? I would strongly encourage you to take an opportunity to journal, to meditate, or just simply sit in silence in the coming weeks, to carve out time specifically just for you, because I think these sort of questions can reveal surprising insights. And if you're struggling to find even a place to start, right, there are a few self-care rituals that you might be encouraged to try this winter. First and foremost is to sort of create a warmth space, a ritual of warmth, if you will. To create a space that nurtures your body and your spirit, right? If maybe it's sitting in front of a fireplace or lighting a candle, wrapping yourself in a nice fleece blanket, sipping on hot chocolate or tea, using that actual sensation of warmth to ground yourself in the midst of a difficult time. Another thing you can do is to continue to be active, to be mindful of your movement, right? Even as it grows colder, finding an opportunity to get out of the house and, even if it's just going to walk through a mall or Target, whatever it might be, something that can physically connect you to yourself, to feel your body, to feel its needs, its wants, its aches, its pains, to feel the rhythm of your body and the rhythm of the season. And this winter season is also a great opportunity to explore creative expressions, right? Focus on hobbies that interest you. Painting, knitting, writing, arts and crafts, something that allows your inner world to shine. And lastly, I would encourage you to seek out connection. Because yes, winter can feel isolating. So it will be important to reach out to loved ones. Because heartfelt connection, a deep conversation, can be as illuminating and as warming as any fire. My friends, let us not forget the deeper wisdom of winter. That it is just part of a cycle. Just as the earth knows that spring will come, we too can trust that warmer and brighter days will come again. When you feel overwhelmed by the darkness of the world, by the coldness, remind yourself that this is your time to rest. Gather your strength in order to prepare yourself for what comes next. And so if any of these messages resonated with you, I'd encourage you to maybe share it with someone that you know might be going through a hard time this winter season. But remember that no matter how dark or cold the days may feel, there is a light flickering, burning within you that will never fade. So I encourage you to continue to be kind to yourself. Be kind to one another. And honor the wisdom of the season. We will get through this together. So until next time, be well, my friends. Amen. Thanks once again for listening. If you want to learn more about Ankeny UCC, go to ankenyucc.org. And if you want to write in a show suggestion or have any comments, you can send those emails to clergycornerpodcast@gmail.com.